So now, customer service. Who does it better, Europe or America? Because both places take very different approaches. And now, despite what you might think, this is not a diss track towards the US or the Netherlands. And this is more just my experience. I'm just sharing my unique perspective as an American living in the Netherlands. And matter of fact, to prove to you that I ain't selling you nothing, look, here, go ahead and take this free subscribe and like button. Go ahead and take it. Go ahead, it's just for you. Go ahead. And now, with that said, though, I can't even lie, man. It is a bit of a reverse culture shock when I go back to the States and I sit down and eat. Like, if I'm taking the family out and we're sitting down to eat, it's definitely a culture shock. And it honestly doesn't really matter where you go. I mean, we had the weirdest experience at an airport in Tampa, like in Florida. And wow. I mean, we had already ordered, we were just waiting for the food, waiting for the drinks to come. And this waiter just kept coming up to us like we could not start a conversation or get through a conversation. I mean, legit, every like 2 to 5 minutes, this dude would come up.
Y'all need anything? You want something? I know I just took your order. I know I got you drinks. You need anything else?
And it's just like we just kept saying, nah, we're okay. Just for him to literally come back like 5 minutes later.
Hey, I'm just checking in on you guys. Just make sure you're okay.
And I remember every time we've gone out to eat when we were back in the States, my wife and I would turn to each other and we'd be like, dang, it's kind of weird, right? It's extremely normal. A lot of people like it. I mean, especially Americans. Americans love this behavior. And also, too, I have even heard of Europeans and Asians, when they travel and visit the States, they also like this kind of, oh, you're kind of the customer's always right. Let me, make you feel great kind of vibe. And look, I know that sounds like I'm making it up, but I have seen people like literally talk about this. I've heard friends talk about this that go to visit America, go to visit New York, and all these other places in the States, and they like love how like nice people are over there, and they think very highly of the customer service over there. I mean, everybody that I've talked to that's recently gone and visited, they really enjoy it. I was just talking to a buddy like maybe 2 days ago, and he was telling me about how he was in, I believe he was in, where would he go? How he was in Tennessee, and just people just so nice and friendly and talk and like overly nice, and he loved it. And yes, he's actually Dutch. Now, for me personally, I actually don't mind it too much unless it's like overdone and it's clearly just like extremely fake. And then if you combine it with the fact that it might be interruptive, like maybe you're interrupting the conversation, or they're like, oh, I'm with my kids and I'm clearly trying to keep them under control. I'm trying to get baby Sky money from backflipping off the chair. For me, that's when it becomes an issue. I'm not even joking. Which is why I can see why a lot of people also don't like it, especially when you're coming from a place like Europe where basically it's more relaxed. You take your time, you sit down, you spend time with the people you love. That's what it's really about. Hanging out, chilling, relaxing, and just kind of being at peace. If those things are important to you, then yes, you will find this extremely annoying. And for me, yeah, that's why it was a bit of a culture shock, because I'm actually at a point now, especially after living here, I kind of want to enjoy my time with my family and like talking with my wife. We get a lot of time, but like not a time where we could just be out and take it in and talk and chill. Like those times are extremely important for us because both of us work, and then we have the kids, and a lot of times we're like trading off. So it's important for me. Now, on the topic of over friendliness though, I do kind of understand. Like I ain't trying to make any excuses for anybody, but I kind of get it. And there's 2 reasons. One, I will tell later, but the first one being people are not around other people. I'm telling you, I think that's my biggest theory, is that a lot of people are not around each other. They're either in their cars or at work, so they're either talking with coworkers or maybe going somewhere to hang out with their friends. But community aspect-wise, like community-wise, yeah, people are not conversating like that. That's why you could literally go to the grocery store and have a conversation with the cash register for like 10 minutes. It makes sense because humans are social creatures. Like we are. You can't say nothing about that. That's just a fact. most people are very social. Look at what the vid did. They had people going crazy in their house, locked in their houses, over there going nuts. So with this theory, and the reason why it makes sense to me is since there's not too much community around or aspects to talk with a lot of different people, you basically talk to the people that you do interact with on like, not an extreme basis. I just tripped. But yeah, people are, I think that's where that over-friendliness comes from. Also, side note, that would have sucked if I fell while I was vlogging with all these people watching. That would, that would have been bad. And now something that my friend brought up that he really liked when he was in the States was how quick the food came out and how fast like you're served, like right away, right before you can even sit down. You're like, somebody's coming up to you. So he really liked that. He also liked how quick the server came to take the check from him or the bill. He liked it. He liked that people paid attention to him. So if it looked like he even needed something, they would show up. Like they were there. They were rushing him in and rushing him out. And yeah, this is also very common in the States where, yeah, they're getting you, look, they're taking your orders quick, they're getting your drink order quick, and they are getting that food and drink to you out as fast as possible. And also, this is not only a thing, but it's also expected when you go to America. Americans expect this in the culture. It's just a part of the culture where they expect fast service, they expect to be right, they expect to be treated a certain kind of way and to be treated as quickly as possible. And I think it just comes from the mentality of like time is money, and look, I ain't trying to spend all my time sitting here at this restaurant when I could be out doing something, making the money moves. Versus here, it is the complete opposite. I mean, at least from what people have told me and my own personal experiences from when I go out and I go to a restaurant to eat, it is the opposite. Even when I order, for example, the time, like they take their time bringing that food out. They take the time making the food. And for me, this is okay. I'ma just be honest. I would rather sit and wait for the food for like a certain amount of time than for it to be coming out to me in the next 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so. I would rather wait. At least I know it's fresh. I mean, at least I hope. But yeah, it is different. They are definitely a little bit slower here in Europe when it comes to bringing out the food and serving the food. It does take a little bit longer. And now what's funny about this difference though is that I also have another theory about this, because I know that for a fact they're trying to turn these tables around as quickly as possible so that they can make more money for tips. I know that for a fact, which brings my theory into play of if they were not working for tips, I think the culture would shift. I think there would be a huge change in the culture of like, they would probably go more towards the European route. Now, look, let me know what you think, but that is just, look, I'm just super saying, I think they would. Because I'm telling you, man, money plays a difference. Like, I mean, just think about it. I mean, just like mindset-wise, if you know that you still getting paid a bunch of money, whether you serve this table or like 20 tables, how many tables do you really want to serve? Now look, I ain't saying anyone's lazy. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, let's be real, okay? Like, just think about it. Which segues perfectly into my next point, in which why American customer service is mostly focused on customer satisfaction versus here, not so much. I know, oh snap. I didn't realize that's where you can rent like the little pedal boats. I might do this. I might bring my kids over here. I've been seeing them, but I didn't know where you could do it. I never seen where like the actual place is to actually rent them. I think this is where this right behind me might be the spot. Wow. Also, side note, this is a nice Porsche right here too. And now, if you don't know, America does have a customer satisfaction like culture. Like, we are all about, can I help you and how can I help you? And look, I have experienced this firsthand, even though I've never worked at a place that was working for a tip. Like when I was working at Best Buy or even when I worked at the movie theater, it was very focused on the customer is always right. In America, companies go out of their way to really show that the customer comes first. And now, don't get me wrong, this is not 100% of the time like the case, especially when it comes to like people being crazy. Then yeah, there's like certain gray areas, but for the most part, companies' policies are the customer is always right. Versus here, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really seen that that's the case here. Like, you get the vibe that the people who work, no matter what kind of job they're doing, they're working. You know what I mean? Like, it's their job. Their job is not to make you feel good or feel right. Matter of fact, I would even say that a lot of people here are mostly relaxed. They're very professional, and it's more like you're a guest at this person's house. Like, does that make sense? Like, you're more of a guest than just a person that needs to be treated on a pedestal. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still very professional and respectful, but still, it needs to go both ways. You remember, because you a guest. All right, now, pimpin', y'all already know what time it is. Go ahead and get down that cookie. Go ahead. Look, it looked like a leaf too. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, y'all need to know right now, I'm feeding y'all forever. Snap. Look at that. That Impala wagon. Man, that Impala right there, that Impala sauce, man. Dang, I haven't seen an Impala in wow, I haven't seen one in years. Dang, I just see one pulling up in Amsterdam. That's sauce. And now, believe it or not, but I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, actually, because I find it so interesting how, especially how Europe and America, like the United States, how they do customer service so differently. It's also super interesting to hear how even people who travel, Europeans who travel to America, how they like it. How a lot of them like the American customer service experience. And I kind of get it, man, because look, to sum it all up, the American customer service culture is this. It's quick, it's based off of customers being first and always right, and super tip driven. Meanwhile, here I would say that it's a little bit more relaxed, more professional. And then instead of being treated like a king, like you always right, or put on some kind of pedestal, basically you're treated more like a guest. Now that is just what I think through my unique perspective. But look, I could be wrong. I'm just super saying though. And now real quick, go ahead and check out this video right over here, because I think YouTube thinks that you might like it, and they know what you like more than I do. So go ahead and check that video out. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, there was somebody walking right next to me, and he moved over.